Your next comedian has a podcast called Rhythm and Bay. Please find that whenever you can. Please give it up right now for Jasmine Ellis!
Hello! Redondo Alley, how we doing? I was like, what the fuck do I call this? What do I call this situation? Oh, man. Y'all, I'm having a fucking day. I am having a day. I don't know if y'all like saw me like running back and forth from this alley. I have a flat tire, and I realized I had a flat tire. You know, shout out to Geico. They took care of it really quickly. But it was just like such a situation because like I'm new to LA. And I'm gonna be honest, like I'm always scared. I'm scared all the time. I am just scared. I just feel like a place that won't let you use the bathroom will let you die. You know what I mean? It's very every man for himself. So I'm just scared all the time. So my stress level's just been way up here. It doesn't help too that I'm super stressed. By the way, it is so nice to be in front of a crowd that like believes COVID happened. We like happened. It's happening. All right. God, every show I go to though has this weird energy because it's like everyone's trying to have a good time, but you can feel it. In the back of our minds, all of us are thinking, it's like our brains are going, closing time. Find someone to fuck before the next lockdown begins. Like everyone is trying to pair off fast. You can feel it. They're like, I'm not doing this alone again. I hate my roommate. You know, like that energy is thick, you know? It's thick, it's in the air. I'm from Texas. I just moved in September of last year, so I'm coming up on a year. Right? Who moves in the middle of a pandemic? It was like I decided to do life on hard mode. I don't know what I was thinking, but I had my big dreams, and it was like, you know, America was going, oh no, we feel bad about how we treated black people. Let's put them in movies, you know? So I was like, let's go! This is the time to be black, get in front of them. You know? I'm trying my best. I'm actually honestly having a hard time getting cast, and this is gonna sound so woe is me, white tears. By the way, I'm fully black, both my parents are black. I'm adding that information because people think I'm mixed. People think I'm biracial. They assume that I have like one black or one Hispanic parent. Like that's the assumption they make. And like for the longest time, roles that should have gone to non-ambiguously black women have gone to Zendaya. And America has had enough. And I just got here and they're like, sit your light-skinned ass down. And I'm like, my feelings. I bruise so easily. You know, like it's just it's like it's frustrating is all I'm saying. I don't know. It's frustrating, but I don't want to complain too much. Nobody cares. Nobody needs to hear my light-skinned tears. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Texas is a fucking nightmare right now, okay? It's a nightmare. I love it. It's where I'm from. I'd like to come back there when I have a whole lot of money. But I'm just so frustrated. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up a little bit with the news, but like the governor of Texas is a crazy person. He made it illegal for businesses to have mask mandates, including schools. So like teachers are getting sick left and right, and people are like sending their kids to school with COVID. It's super stressful. And of course, this governor of Texas has gotten COVID 3 times. Yeah, he was just announced that he had it, and I wanted to just get on the internet and rage out, but I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, because last time you got in trouble, I got in trouble last summer when Trump's brother died. All I tweeted was, this is why you need to be specific when you pray. And apparently, you can't just say Trump. There's more than one. Full name, Donald J. Trump. Would die of COVID. You know, like, you gotta have a subject and a predicate. God listens, but you better be specific. I love how my version of God is a monkey paw. What you mean? You said you wanted to be healthy. Like, I don't know. I'm all over the place. My love affair with Texas, I think, fully came to an end because I was in Texas during the big snowstorm that was like all over the news. Which, it's interesting being here because you guys are pretty sympathetic. When I'm somewhere up north, they're like, shut up. You didn't know what to do with 19 inches of snow. Ugh. You know, people from unsunny parts of the country are assholes. They think they're so special because they know what a salt truck is. They suck. They suck. I love when Minnesota motherfuckers move here and then they realize that like all of their negative attitude came from within. You know, because when you live somewhere not nice, you're just like, oh, rainy days, cloudy days. But then you wake up in California, you're like, the storm is in me. I am the thunder. Fuck them is what I'm saying. They're smug. They were very smug about like the Texans who died because they didn't have backup generators and know what to do. I was there, I had a show, and I was supposed to go back to California, see my husband. It was gonna be a great day. I'm on Delta Airlines. I get stuck in the tarmac, I guess, for 4 hours. They just keep telling us every 20 minutes that we're about to go, we're about to leave, we're about to leave, and I keep believing it because airlines are the fuckboys we can't resist. You know, like, I've been in a stable relationship for 7 years, but you know who plays with my feelings? Delta. That nigga has me by the throat. Like, it's just, he says he's gonna change. He said he'd be here at 4. Oh man, I am a bird for the sky. It is just, every time I let these airlines lie to me left and right. I'm on the tarmac for 4 hours and they say, we're sorry to announce that we won't be leaving today. You all have to leave now. And I'm like, what do we do? And they're like, go somewhere. The roads are completely snowed in. There's nowhere to go. I'm like, is there somewhere I can sleep? And they're like, the floor. Like, the flight attendant, if you ever talk to a flight attendant not in the air, they're like, I'm on my break. They have no patience for you, none at all. So I literally just cry, the light skin tears work, and a stranger takes me to a La Quinta Inn. I could have died, all right? And at one point, he rolls the window down to spit, and I felt a little bit of his spit hit my cheek. And I tell you all this to be like, when you're not sympathetic to people who got COVID, like, this is what we were fighting, you know what I mean? We were fighting the weather and other shit just happened. I didn't get it then, and hopefully I'm okay, but I don't have it now. That was a crazy way to respond. I just don't know. Is anyone else scared all the time? I'm sorry. You are watching my brain work in real time. I'm so stressed. It's not fun being a person who has high stress levels too, especially a black person. Because people see black and brown people, we are supposed to be fun, all right? We're supposed to be the life of the party, you know? Everyone's always talking about black girl magic. Nobody talks about black girl panic. I'm here, and I'm struggling right now. So back to Snowpocalypse. I check into the La Quinta Inn, and I think I'm going to stay for one night. So I go downstairs, and they have like a little concierge area, and I buy anything I can find, but I'm only prepared to stay for a day. I get a box of mini wheats, a bag of Funyuns, and a pack of Vienna sausages. And I was like, I have never eaten canned meat. Apparently this is a delicacy in Hawaii. We're gonna pretend this is a vacation. We're gonna be good. I'm there for 4 days. That was all the food available to me. I start rationing out these Vienna sausages. First of all, I start getting creative with how I cook it. I'm crunching up the Funyuns to make like a little, you know when you get sushi and it's got the onions on the outside? I am trying. I'm convincing myself that half a mini wheat is dessert and breakfast. I'm in a bad place. But everyone else I know is completely snowed in. You know, anyone I would want to go to doesn't even have heat. And I'm able to watch Friends, so I think I'm winning. I don't know why. The worst part, and this is so graphic, but I'm just gonna share this part. The worst part is once the water stopped running, I wasn't able, I was like, okay, but I'm not really exercising, so I don't really need to shower. I'll be okay. I can make it a day without a shower. But then I realized if you don't have running water, you can't flush your toilet. And if all you eat is Vienna sausages and Funyuns, you're gonna need to flush that toilet. So I go outside with my ice bucket and go scoop up snow to put it in the toilet to create enough centrifugal force? I don't know. Somebody who knows science tell me what I did. But there was just enough snow in the back of the toilet that it made the toilet flush. But God, I was just sweating bullets. So I just slathered freshly fallen snow on myself to feel a little fresh. It was so hot. I would like to say that was the scariest part of it all for me. It was not. It was not. By day 2, the entire hotel was filled up with families with screaming, crying babies. It was absolute chaos. During the day it was chaos, and then it was quiet at night. Except the second day I was there, I heard a rattle at the door. A rattle at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh no. Nah, that's not it. But then I hear what sounds like footsteps and then a thud. I get up and I like tiptoe to the door and I put my eye to the little peephole and I can see this guy and he's pacing around talking to himself. So I try to listen and he says the most terrifying thing I've ever heard in my entire life. He says out loud, "It's all right. It's okay. I just gotta trust my male intuition." What? Male intuition? God doesn't make that. Man, what is that? The urge to war? To pillage? I'm scared. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. And then he's like visibly sniffing and I'm like, oh God, please be COVID. You know what I mean? I just, for a second, I think that male intuition has him like trying to smell if there's females afoot. Like, I'm scared. I was like, oh God, I hope this snow made me smell married. I don't know what to do. Please just leave me. I texted my husband, I love you. Just in case something happens. Of course, he starts calling me. He's super freaked out. He's like, you gotta do something, call the police. I'm not calling the police. What are they supposed to do? There's no snow police. What do we do? He's like, we'll call the front desk. And I call the front desk and the same 16-year-old girl who sold me the Vienna sausages is there. And I tell her the situation. She goes, oh, that sucks. And I was like, all right, Courtney, good night. So I wish I said I knew like what happened. I just rolled back under the covers and just turned up Friends as loud as I could. And I'd like to think he was like, nah, she's not the one. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what he was looking for. I have no resolution to that score. It was just terrifying. It's just fucking terrifying. But like I said, I'm new here. I will say, one thing I can't stand when people complain about California, they always complain and say like everyone's rude and fake and this and that. No, no. The worst people in California are the people who move from somewhere else. Like me. With the intention to be famous. Because you know, like, we're just walking around Ralph's like, why the fuck am I poor? Like, you're just, you know how mad you are? Like, everyone's just always in a bad mood. Like, I'm not putting my cart back. I shouldn't be here. I was the shit in Iowa. Like, they're mad. They're just seething with anger. But I will say, I have the nicest neighbors. Like, I grew up where I was, like, very afraid to talk about mental health. Like, this was, like, a big deal. And I was talking to one of my neighbors, and I was telling her, like, I've had the hardest time finding a doctor and getting meds, and I'm so confused on what to do, because I've dealt with depression and anxiety my whole life. And I tell her this, and she goes, I got you, girl, you can take my meds. And I said, is that legal? And she said, no, but do it anyway. Which is the most heartwarming thing I've ever heard. That should be the state motto. It's illegal, but do it anyway. Thank you guys, that's my time. Thank you.
Jasmine Ellis. Both of my parents are black, okay?